Hello, this is Christine Binger with my program completion commitment timeline. I know that this assignment asks to kind of look back but also predict your program, but I have already completed all of my classes. So this timeline is a look back at everything, and then the last slide will be the looking forward part. So to start looking at my early years and when I decided or discovered that I wanted to be a teacher, I was in fourth grade and it was career day and I dressed up as a teacher. I wore a skirt. My mom let me borrow an old pair of her glasses and she popped the lenses out, and I carried a briefcase with my textbooks in it, and I thought, this is a teacher. And I went to career day, and I didn't think anything else since then. I always kind of thought, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to be, and I probably should have explored a little bit more, but I'm happy that it has taken me here and that fourth grade me just knew exactly what was right for me. In middle school, sixth through eighth grade, I began babysitting a lot more, and I would print out like coloring pages and activities that I would do with the kids I would babysit, and then I would like play teach with them. And I think a lot of people did that. I've learned that they would play teacher with their siblings or other kids or friends, and I definitely did that in my early years. In high school, I took the teacher education program that was offered. It required a prereq of child development, and then after that, you could go on to teacher education. It is still a program that's offered today, though it's not as intense as the one that I did, is my understanding. It was a 2-year program. In your first year, you learn all about standards and thematic units and what it takes to write a lesson plan and objectives and all of that. And you were an intern in an elementary school for 3 days a week in the mornings, and you would go and you would assist your teacher. You were required to teach one lesson a month. You were observed and evaluated. All of the same steps that happen to a teacher now, just on a much smaller, simpler scale. The second year in the program, very similar, except you were in a school for 4 days a week instead of 3, and you're teaching your lessons more often and getting observed more often. So I think that was a true foundation of understanding what a teacher's job is and what it entails, but also it's where I definitely learned the most about how to teach and how to write lesson plans and things of that nature. So that led me to be more confident in what I was doing, and then I applied to attend K-State in 2008 and began there in August of 2008. At the time, I assumed I would be majoring in elementary education, and that's what I went in doing. During my college years, I was a freshman in 2008. I began meeting a lot of people and taking some introductory courses and kind of seeing what people were like and why they chose the path that they chose in education, which led me to my sophomore year realizing I didn't want to do elementary education because I fully realized you're teaching every single subject. You're teaching the same group of kids all day, and those things were not something I was interested in. I was not interested in teaching math. I was not interested in being with the same kids all day. I needed more change up and more excitement. So I switched to secondary education and decided to focus on English because I like that there's not necessarily one right answer. I stuck with that, and then I student taught in the fall of 2013 at Junction City Middle School teaching 8th grade English, and I absolutely loved it, and then graduated in December of 2013. Because I graduated in the middle of the school year, it was really hard to find a teaching job that would pick up then. So I got my first teaching job as a paraprofessional from January to July of 2014, and I worked in a life skills classroom. The life skills students at this school were not able to attend gen ed classes except for electives such as PE or art. So we taught to their skill level in our classroom in an isolated environment, and then we would take them out of the isolated environment for electives. That was very eye-opening. I feel like taught me a lot about how to work with students of differing needs in a more intense way. We see now that a lot of kids who have special needs enter gen ed classrooms more. Obviously not ever all of them. We still have life skills classrooms, but it was nice to get the opportunity to see how to work with those students. I got my first teaching job that year and began teaching 10th grade English in Lit Lab and Junction City High School, which is the same school district I did my student teaching at. I was very excited to go back there. In 2017, I was still teaching in Junction City. I had stopped teaching Lit Lab, but was teaching 10th grade English and AP. And that's when I started considering graduate school. I began talking to my coworkers and seeing what programs they did and what those programs mean. I landed on leadership and administration because I don't want to have to be in the classroom the rest of my career. I want the option to leave the classroom but still be in education. And I felt like educational leadership and administration was a better pathway to do that, or more opportunity to do that. That was also the year that I decided would be my last, and I moved back to Kansas City after 4 years in Junction City and began teaching downtown in KCMO. So I began my graduate school studies in July of 2018 at Fort Hays and continued from there. In 2018, I switched schools to Kansas City Public Schools, which is a underserved, high needs population in downtown Kansas City. It was similar to Junction City. They are much more of need than people realize, but this was unlike anything I had ever experienced, and it was very overwhelming my first year. So I took one class in the fall, and I was really happy that I did because I had loaded my plate with getting married and moving and starting grad school and a new job that had needs that I had no idea about or didn't know the capacity of. And so I was really happy that I did it that way. I'm really happy I did it that way. In 2019, I started taking 2 classes a semester. I again didn't want to load my plate. I still knew the needs of the environment that I was in, and I wanted to spend more time focusing on that as opposed to overloading myself with classes. And that year also in the fall, I continued teaching at Kansas City Public Schools, but I switched from 11th grade to 9th grade. Then in 2020, I still was taking 2 classes a semester, but that spring I decided to leave Kansas City Public Schools and went to North Kansas City Schools because I had realized that I had wanted to start teaching FACS, which was a certification I had got in 2018. North Kansas City offered me a really strange split position. They needed both an English teacher and a FACS teacher part-time, so I taught English in the morning and foods classes in the afternoon. And as difficult and strange as that placement was because of COVID and the split, and I'm teaching a whole new content area, I'm really thankful for it because it let me truly compare the two, and I realized I really did want to do FACS, and that really was my passion on my own that I did want to take professionally and do more. Then in 2021, I took 2 classes at Fort Hays in the spring to wrap up all of my coursework and applied for a full-time FACS job and got that job at Shawnee Mission West. I was teaching this last school year international foods, focus on foods, and exploring medical health. Kids who want to be doctors, they learn terminology and body parts and bedside manner and all sorts of things, and that has been really eye-opening but fun. I've enjoyed having something different and new and kids that are excited about what they're learning and all of that. I also attempted to begin my portfolio, but ran into some unforeseen issues and things of that nature, which leads me to today. I'm hoping to graduate and this fall. I'm obviously working on my portfolio and hope to be able to wrap that up as soon as possible and submit it to graduate this fall. Professionally, looking at the future, I have no timeline for finding an administrative position or something similar to that to use my degree. I just know that when it feels right, when a position comes up that feels right, I'm very into kind of seeing what happens with that. I'm not in a hurry to get out of the classroom, but I do want to keep my eyes open and find the possibility of a position that's going to be the right fit for me. And as far as retirement, I want to retire as soon as possible. I have known too many teachers who decided to stay longer than retirement and never got to truly see retirement life, and I don't want that for myself. I want to travel and I want to spend time doing things that I love outside of education. I feel like I would stay subbing or long-term subbing or doing a little bit, but I don't want the need. I want to choose when I work and I want to choose my lifestyle. So I look forward to seeing how this portfolio turns out. I look forward to seeing the future, and I'm very excited about everything that is to come. Thank you.